Good morning. Good morning. Excuse me. I was doing some Amazon looking and checking to make sure about links and got a little distracted. So almost missed the 10 o'clock spot. But here we are all together. And I'm excited to be here. I have not, let me get on my affirmation and journal prompt and stick it in my queue right here. All right. I'm going to pull this up on my phone. Links and got a little distracted. All right. There we go. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm going to take a sip of my tea in my little kitty cat mug. This was a really cool Christmas gift from one of my clients, and I love it. And on the inside, it says #CatMama. So I'd love to know, do you have a Christmas gift that you got? Because it hasn't been that long ago, really. Today's March 2nd. And so is there something that you got as a Christmas token that you are now, every time you use it, you're thinking of the person that gave it to you, right? I always love hearing those stories. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in to our affirmation, and it's possible I got it a little long this morning. So let me just check real quick and see. I'm going to take that part off and see if that makes it work. Close enough. So today we're going to be talking about if you're feeling stuck. What's that mean, right? All right, so let me go ahead and share. This is the affirmation, and there's only one letter missing, the E from me at the end. So it still worked well. So our affirmation for today is, I am exactly where I need to be, and every challenge is shaping me into the person I'm meant to become. Because we really already are that person. We just haven't had the little tweaks to get us to that spot. And that's what those challenges are, right? That's what the good things are and the not so good things are. They're catalysts that take us to where we want to be, to have the growth and the inner reflection and all the things, right? And so it's important for us to be trusting the process and fully embracing the lessons, like, oh my gosh, there's a big lesson in this one and I'm going to love on it, right? And just know that clarity and success are unfolding for you, because it is. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it in the moment. I mean, we all have times where it feels like we've taken 2 steps forward and 10 steps back, right? That something's come up that had us question things. And I will say there have been so many of those in this coaching journey that there have been many times, if I hadn't had a strong enough desire to do it, I would have just quit. And there were times I was really, really close, because it just felt like I was spinning my wheels. I wasn't getting anywhere. And in those moments, we tap into, what have I missed? Where am I needing to grow that I haven't grown? And then when we can really tap into that within us, when something feels like, oh my gosh, this is too hard, where do we need to grow? It's not that it's too hard. And I think it's Zig Ziglar that used to say, don't wish things were easier, wish you were better. And that, when you think about that, and it might be Jim Rohn. I think maybe it's Jim Rohn. I get so confused because I follow so many people and have studied so many people over the years that sometimes their little things get put into the wrong box. So anyway, whoever it was magnificent, right? And I want you to think about that today too. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Wish you could grab the lesson out of the discomfort and move forward. Because I was reminded with something this morning. I got an email, and one of the things in this email, it said that if you weren't doing something at least once or twice a week that just scared the shit out of you to move forward into for your business, then you're not getting anywhere very fast. And that was kind of a wake-up call because, we don't like the discomfort of stepping out of that normal thing that we do, right? Because it's uncomfortable. It's very, it can make you feel like you're jumping off a cliff and you can't even see the bottom. It can make you feel like you're making a decision that everybody's going to know what a fake you are. Everybody's going to know you don't know enough. You're stepping into something that somebody will ask you a question and you don't know the answer to, or maybe somebody's going to ridicule you. And heaven forbid, we watch shows. There are always shows about the people that have a lot, that somebody is always trying to kill them, kidnap them. They're stealing from them. There's all these things, right? And so we get these preconceived notions about what it means to be visible, what it means to be at the top of our game. And it doesn't always look like it's going to be a pretty thing, right? And I don't believe that, because when you look at it, I want to just break this down a little bit. There are things that happen to people all the time, right? The ones that we hear the most about are the ones where it's the elite or the people that have had money that someone has done something to, right? But it happens to a lot of people. And luckily, we don't hear about so many. But the thing is that there is a limiting belief that if you get to be too visible, too wealthy, that somebody's going to swoop in and try to take it away. And that's a major limiting belief. And if you have that one, you need to get that one in check, because you can never, your subconscious mind and everything is always working to keep you safe. And so if you have a belief that if you get to a certain level, that it's going to be very dangerous and people are going to try to take everything from you, you won't know what to do and you won't be able to handle it. If you have that limiting belief, there is no way you will ever get to where you want to be, because our inner instinct is to do the things that keep us safe. And so I know right now it's important for us to understand that we are exactly where we need to be, because the lessons and all the learnings that are there for us to help us get to where we want to be haven't happened yet. And so we're in the perfect place to do the learning. We're in the perfect place to shape ourselves, to grab that challenge and just say, come on, baby, let's do this thing. It's a very different place than, woe's me, I can't believe this keeps happening to me. And I've been there. I remember telling somebody one time some of the stories about my life, and they said, wow, all of that happened to you? And I said, yeah. And they said, well, that's odd. That's not normal for everybody. And it was like, what do you mean? Everybody has a trial that comes up. Everybody has something. It may be different stories, different degrees, but you don't learn and grow to become who you are without dealing with things, right? And so it's learning to embrace all the things that have happened to us, knowing that has shaped us. And we're right where we need to be from all of those challenges and all those amazing opportunities as well. But we actually grow more from the challenges. It's like diamonds aren't created because everything's smooth going, right? They're created because there's an abrasive force going on that creates this diamond. And so we actually grow more through the challenges. And when we get on the other side of that challenge, it's like, whoa, man, oh man, I had no idea that on this side, the sun would be shining so bright and that the air would smell so clean. I could hear so well. The birds are chirping. It's like it takes everything from black and white into full Dolby color, right? And that may be an outdated phrase. I have no idea, but you get the gist, right? So trust the process. Embrace the lesson and know that clarity is important, knowing exactly what you want. And a lot of people can tell you a litany of things they don't want, but they really cannot articulate what they want. And I have a process that I can take you through to get you to that if you want. So get clear, because then success is unfolding for you in every single moment. It's all, there's this symphony of notes and the songs, and the notes are in the air, and you're pulling out the ones that just create this amazing, amazing life. It's all unfolding. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share the journal prompt. Let me take this off and remove this. It's funny because it doesn't, when I do the affirmation in the journal prompt, it doesn't look that big when I put it in my notes in my computer. But as soon as I put it into the little queue in StreamYard, all of a sudden it's like, well, that was a little bigger than I thought. So I have to tweak a little bit. And that's okay, right? All right. So today's journal prompt is, what is one challenge or uncertainty in your life that you can reframe as an opportunity for growth? And like I said, anytime something shows up that feels like it's an obstacle, it feels like something going wrong, look at it and say, oh, here I grow again. And spend some time going through it and deciding, where am I growing with this? How am I growing with this? What's the lesson, right? So what is one challenge? You can come up with a whole bunch of them most of the time, right? So if you can come up with more than one, do it, right? A challenge or uncertainty in your life that you can reframe as an opportunity for growth, because it always is. It's you changing the perspective, right? How can I trust that everything is working in my favor, even if I don't see the full picture yet? Sometimes it's hard to trust that, but just know that it is. It wasn't given to you to derail you. It was given to you to make you stronger, to make you more in tune with what you're wanting, right? So that when anything shows up, you know how to handle it. It's like someone, let's just go for the military, okay? Someone in the military, they go through a lot of training, obstacle after obstacle after obstacle that they go through, so that when they are put into a place where they need all that knowledge, they've got it, right? Think about a sports player. They go to practice, and if practice was just like same old, let's just pretend we're playing a game, you do you do you, and nobody was giving them direction, nobody was holding them accountable for the things that they need to know, they would never get any better. There would be no reason to even play a game, because it would just be everybody tossing a ball around, right? And there are people in every walk of life that are skilled and exceptional at what they do. They didn't get there because they didn't have any obstacles. They got there because the obstacles they had, they learned from them. So if you are anywhere that you are, take the different lessons that you've had in your life and find the learning in it. And you may find that if you take some time to do that today, to go back in your life at the major challenges that have shown up, that you thought, holy crap, I cannot believe this. Why? Go back to that time. You don't have to relive it. Just look at it like you're an outside observer and you're seeing it unfold. What would have been the lesson in there? And you want to take some major leaps in your life? Do that. Because if you can go back and pull out the lesson from something that you've already experienced, that maybe you just kind of never looked at in that way, it will extend your growth process. I mean, it's like it makes it faster, right? Because now you've taken that lesson that you kept having things that were trying to teach you that, but you just weren't getting them. And the thing is, if you don't pull the lesson out, you're going to keep getting those lessons over and over again until you do. So go back today and just look and see what are things that happened in my life that I can find a growth opportunity in. I can look at and say, here I grow again. What's my lesson? And pull one out. Maybe there's more than one. Write them down. And spend some time today really looking at that. And you're going to find you're going to take great leaps in your life because now you're pulling in to your world those growth lessons that you hadn't gotten before. Right? So if you're feeling stuck, look at the growth opportunities that you've had in your life that you didn't get. And really spend some time today with inner reflection and writing out the amazing growth that you now receive from that. Doesn't matter if it was 20 years ago or 20 minutes ago, right? It just matters that you do it. Because then that helps you to trust that everything is working in your favor, even if you don't see the full picture yet, even if you didn't see it in the moment. What is it they say? Hindsight's 20/20. So a lot of times we can go back and we can really see those lessons in those moments and utilize them. There are so many times that we wish things would go a certain way, and they could have, but that wouldn't have helped you any, right? And so things shift as they're supposed to, right? So I'm going to go back to today's affirmation. I am exactly where I need to be. Even if that's the only thing you put out today as your affirmation, it's perfect, right? Every challenge is shaping me into the person I'm meant to become because you're already that person. You just needed the little tweaks, the little lessons and stuff to get you to see that person, to pull it out because it's all within you. It's just being set free with these challenges that shape you. Trust the process, embrace the lesson, and know that clarity and success are unfolding for you in every single moment. Put this on your index card, the screensaver on your phone, your sticky note. Put it somewhere that today you are reminded, I am exactly where I need to be. My challenges aren't to hurt me. They're to shape me, help me grow, Help me bring out that inner being that I've been longing to see and have fun with all the time. And it's been there. You just had to have the growth to get there. And then our journal prompt. And as I always say, get out your notebook, your journal, put the date, the affirmation, the journal prompt, and say it out loud. Give it some volume, not volume, but give it some emotion, right? Feel it when you say it. And you don't have to keep repeating it in your mind. Your subconscious mind's going to be doing that for you. But take time today and every day to sit for 10 or 15 minutes with your thoughts in total silence. No music, nothing. Just you and silence. And allow you to focus on your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And just be still. And as that chatter of your mind starts going crazy, which it will, you just, as soon as you notice it's taking you on a tangent about something, you just bring it back and focus on your breath again. Get it quiet. And you keep doing that the entire 15 minutes, right? And it doesn't matter how many times you have to reel it back in. Just do it. And then at the end of that 15-minute time, you take your pencil or your pen and you write out the answer to this question. What is at least one challenge or uncertainty in your life that you can reframe as an opportunity for growth? And you'll be surprised at some of the things that will pop up that maybe you didn't even realize that you internalized it as a challenge or an uncertainty. You might not have even realized that. But if it comes up, that means that's how your subconscious mind's got it logged in its databanks. And you want to know that. And then how can I trust that everything is working in my favor, even if I don't see the full picture yet? And I already talked about that. You go back to all of these challenges and uncertainties that you want to reframe. You go back and you look at them and just see what is the possible growth lesson in there, and write it down. Even if it doesn't make the least bit of sense, write it down. And then when you take each one of those and you reframe it as an amazing opportunity for growth, how did I grow from this? It's a lot easier to look at those when it's been a while, right? How did I actually learn something and grow from that? And then each time you do that and you see how much growth that you had in your life because of that, that'll help you to trust that everything is working in your favor, even when you can't see it, even when it feels like it's going to hell in a handbasket. That's what my grandmother used to say. Old Southern phrase. So I ask you today to trust the journey, embrace your lessons, and know that the breakthrough is coming. It is here. Do this activity today, and you will make quantum leaps in your life. Believe it. All right. So you have an amazingly blessed day filled with lessons and breakthroughs, because you will. You just got to look at them. And I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for our daily affirmation and journal prompt. And I've got I want you to look at in the group. I've been putting some posts up every day. And then now I'm going to be putting up some questions that I want to check in with you guys, okay? Because I'm feeling like it's time to shift some things. And I want to be open and honest and share with you guys as I do that. And, you know, thank you for being here this morning. I greatly appreciate you. Whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or you're on YouTube. And then I also want to say, if you're coming after the fact and you're not here for the live and you're watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay and let me know that you were here. And I will say, have an amazing day, embracing your lessons and watching and allowing that breakthrough. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys.